Whether you're a video podcaster or an audio podcaster, you need to make sure your podcast is in YouTube Music, the new home of Google Podcasts. Our podcast, called Pop-Up Podcasting, is in Google Podcasts. That doesn't matter though, because Google Podcasts is going away this year. So we need to get over to YouTube Music, and a quick search shows me that our show, although there are a bunch named like it, our show is not in YouTube Music. So we're going to go over to YouTube Studio and take care of this. We'll go down to the content area, and then you can see a new tab up here called Podcasts. We're going to create a new podcast. We're going to submit an RSS feed. That is something we can get from our hosting provider, and it'll suck in the audio, all the descriptions, the image as well. So here it's just explaining how it works. It's going to create a video file that's audio only with a picture of our show art that's going to show while it's playing. So I'll go over here, I'll enter my RSS feed, which I can get from our website, or you can get it from your hosting provider. Copy link address, paste it in, and it's going to check that RSS feed. Now I need to verify ownership. So I'll paste in that verification code to make sure that I'm the owner of the podcast. And I'll say upload all episodes in the RSS feed because I'm doing this for the first time. Our episodes don't have paid promotion, but you can check that box if your show does. Importantly, you can't have programmatically inserted ads from your hosting provider included in this RSS feed. And some hosting providers let you export a ad-free RSS feed. So use that if you have one available. So I'll just hit next. It's asking about visibility. By default, your podcast is not published, so it'll be private. So we can go in and change that afterwards. And it says you've created a podcast from the RSS feed. I'll go ahead and view my podcast, and it's going to take a bit of time to process. I can go in here and edit the description, change the thumbnail, change the title, and I can change the visibility here. This is where I'll shift it over to being public and hit save on that. So because we have that RSS feed attached, every time we publish a new episode on our audio hosting provider, those episodes will be brought into this special YouTube playlist on our channel. And this is how YouTube Music gets its podcasts. They're scanning every playlist that's tagged as a podcast on YouTube and pulling those into YouTube Music. Okay, so what if you have a video podcast? How do you get those videos into YouTube Music? It's really a similar process, but you're going to start with the playlist. So let's say our podcast playlist here is where I put all my videos of my podcast. I can just go in here and say set as podcast. So you go into the playlist in YouTube Studio, click on the three dots and go set as podcast. And that will signal to YouTube Music that this is a podcast. I want to pull the audio and the video out of this playlist and turn it into a podcast on YouTube Music. And then every time you upload a new episode, put it in that playlist, and it'll be brought over to YouTube Music as well. So that's two ways you can use your audio or video podcast and get it into YouTube Music before Google Podcasts shuts down.